Hey guys, welcome back to Trending 10s. Today we're going to be looking at actors who flat out refuse to shoot a scene with a co-star. Before we get into the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of our banger uploads. Without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 10, Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. When Jim Carrey starred as the Riddler in Batman Forever, he was at the height of his more comedic career in film. His co-star Tommy Lee Jones, who played Harvey Dent, was not a fan of Carrey's slapstick style. The night before filming a scene together, Carrey and Jones ran into each other at a restaurant. When Carrey approached Jones' table to say hello, he didn't quite get the greeting he expected. Jones told him that he hates him and he doesn't like him at all, and it's because Jones can't sanction Carrey's quote-unquote buffoonery. At number 9, Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte. In 1994, Nick Nolte and Julia Roberts starred together in the romantic comedy I Love Trouble. The two didn't mesh well on the set, and their lack of chemistry shows on screen. Reportedly, the constant quarreling got so bad that the director resorted to filming some of their scenes separately to keep them apart as much as possible. While filming I Love Trouble, Roberts told the New York Times that Nolte is completely disgusting, and that he seems to go out of his way to repel people. Nolte later shot back, "It's not nice to call someone disgusting, but she's not a nice person. Everyone knows that. If I was the director, I would have auditioned again for new actors rather than going through the trouble, but that's just me." At number 8, James Franco and Tyrese Gibson. Most of the 2006 military drama Annapolis centers around a planned boxing tournament for the recruits and officers of the U.S. Naval Academy. But when star James Franco took method acting a bit too far, things soon turned ugly between him and co-star Tyrese Gibson. According to Gibson, Franco would land his punches as they rehearsed the boxing scenes. "The dude was full on hitting me," Gibson told Elle. For his part, Franco denies ever hitting Gibson, but admitted to GQ that "I was probably a jerk." The admission wasn't good enough for Gibson, who was told Playboy in 2007 that he didn't work with James again, and he claims it's personal for James. At number 7, Will Smith and Janet Hubert. If you're a dedicated Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan, you're probably aware that the actress who played Aunt Vivian was replaced halfway through this series, but you might not know why. Janet Hubert portrayed Aunt Viv on the show until 1993 when she was replaced with Daphne Reed, who continued in the role until Fresh Prince ended its run in 1996. It seems to be that Smith and his younger co-stars were needlessly cruel to Hubert on the set. For his part, Smith knocked down Hubert's allegations in a 1993 interview with an Atlanta radio station, claiming she had a bad attitude while filming, and adding, "No matter what to her, I'm just the Antichrist." In 2011, Hubert fired back, even going so far as to tell TMZ that she'd never work with Smith again because he's an immature egomaniac. At number 6, Richard Gere and Sylvester Stallone. For years, there's been an apparent behind-the-scenes feud between Richard Gere and Sylvester Stallone. Stallone explained the beef between the actors during a 2006 Q&A session with Ain't It Cool News, saying Gere had originally been cast as lead character Chico in 1974 coming-of-age drama The Lords of Flatbush. Unfortunately, the two clashed immediately during filming, and Gere was replaced by Perry King. Stallone recalls Gere being a complete jerk on the set, including getting too rough during fight rehearsals and spilling greasy food all over Stallone's fans. The director had to make a choice, which was to let go one of the actors, and later Richard was given his walking papers, and he thinks that Stallone is the individual responsible for the gerbil rumor, but Stallone confirmed that it's just a rumor. At number 5, Robert Downey Jr. and Terence Howard. Terence Howard isn't shy about talking about his falling out with Iron Man co-star Robert Downey Jr. In 2013, Howard appeared on Bravo's Watch, and he claimed that while the studio had initially signed him to a 3-movie deal, they came to him with the second and said that they will pay him 1/8 of what they contractually had for him, because they think the second one will be successful with or without him. He went on to put the blame firmly on Downey's shoulders. "I called my friend that I helped get the first job, and he didn't call me back for 3 months. It took 3 years for the pair to finally patch up their differences when they reunited at the wedding of Brian Grazer." At number 4, Kevin Smith and Bruce Willis. While Kevin Smith and Bruce Willis had no issues acting together on the set of Live Free or Die Hard, the two had an uneasy working relationship on the set of the 2010 police comedy Cop Out, in which Willis starred and Smith directed. Prior to working together on the underwhelming buddy cop film, Smith had greatly admired the Die Hard superstar and took a massive pay cut in order to work with Willis. Unfortunately, superstars sometimes come along with super egos. At number 3, Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg. Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg were castmates on a controversial high school drama named The Basketball Diaries once. Wahlberg was better known as Marky Mark, Calvin Klein modeling rapper and frontman of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Nobody really took him seriously in Hollywood, and when DiCaprio discovered that Marky Mark was being considered for one of his associates in The Basketball Diaries, he apparently freaked out. According to Wahlberg, he and DiCaprio had a specific opinion about each other prior to the meeting, but that all went out of the window as soon as they got to work. Once I finally got to the point where I was able to audition and read with him, we both just kind of looked at each other and we were like, wow, Wahlberg told Extra. We were literally out that night and we became fast friends. At number 2, Juliana Margulies and Archie Panjabi. On the set of The Good Wife, an ongoing feud between the stars caused tension for years before Panjabi left the show. While the characters the two women played were once very good friends, the actresses notoriously were not. They actually were never filmed together for a whopping 51 episodes, and most on-screen communication between their characters took place over the phone. When Panjabi left the show, she and Margulies finally had a scene together, one where they filmed the parts of the scene separately and were then stitched together using the power of green screen and CGI. If you can't even stand to be in the same room as a coworker, it may be time to follow Panjabi's lead and find a new job. And at number 1, Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. There were rumors that Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel had a promotional ploy in which they first started a fight in 2016. It all kicked off when Johnson took to social media to hit an anonymous co-star during the last week of filming, promoting the fact that some actors don't know how to conduct themselves as stand-up men and true professionals, and were too chicken to do anything about it. He didn't mention him by name, but Johnson later confirmed that he was indeed talking about Diesel. Johnson revealed to Rolling Stone saying that Vin and Johnson had fundamental difference in philosophies on how they approached movie making and collaborating. Johnson also said, "I wish him all the best and I harbor no ill will there, just because of the clarity we have." Actually, you can erase that last part about no ill will. We'll just keep it with the clarity. Yikes. When the film came out, some suggested the pair scenes were shot to hide the fact that they weren't even together on set. That's correct, Johnson confirmed to the Music magazine. We were not in any scenes together. Well guys, thanks for making it to the end. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Trending 10s, and ring that bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.